lovely future corporate must do. So today we'll discuss about most asked DBMS question in TCS interview. And do hit a like button and subscribe to my channel. So let's move on without wasting time. What is DBMS, which is a universal question? So DBMS stand for Database Management System, which will be your first point. The second point you will say it is a software that helps in creating, storing, managing and retrieving data efficiently. And the third point you will include the example, which is MySQL, Oracle and SQL Server are the example of DBMS. These 3 points and you kill it, bro. So let's move on. What is the difference between DBMS and RDBMS? So the first and everyone knows DBMS stand for Database Management System and RDBMS is Relational Database Management System. So let's see the difference. DBMS stores the data in file, whereas RDBMS stores data in tables, means in rows and column format. In DBMS there is no relationship between data, means there will be no relation whatever the data is stored in that, but our DBMS maintains the relationships using foreign key. If you don't know foreign key, it establishes the relation between two tables. DBMS is less secure and consistent, whereas RDBMS is more secure and consistent using ACID property. If you don't know ACID property, stay tuned. There will be one topic also. For example of DBMS is file system, and example of RDBMS is MySQL and PostgreSQL. And next, what is normalization? Why it is important? So you have to remember 2 points: the process of organizing data to eliminate redundancy, and second, to maintain the data integrity. For example, in your attendance table, let's say your name is 2 times occurring, so obviously this is redundancy, repetition is going on. So normalization is the process of organizing data to eliminate redundancy or repetition and maintain data integrity. Okay, example, breaking one large table into a smaller related table. After that, benefits: remove duplicate data, obviously, saves storage space, improve performance. These are the 3 benefits you should remember. After that, what are the type of normalization? So we will first see in the detail. So first, normal form, which has the goal to remove repeating groups and ensure atomicity, like each column should have individual values. So the rule is each cell should hold only one value and each record should be unique. So how can you say that? Example, there is a student ID, student name, and student is enrolled in 2 subjects like math and English. So there is multiple values of subject, so we will make 2 columns so that there will be atomic values. So here we have done the 2 columns where Shweta has math subject also and the same Shweta has English subject also. This is the atomic value we have created. After that, what is second NF? 2NF, what we do? The main goal is to remove the partial dependency. So we will see what is partial dependency. The rule you need to remember: the table should be in 1 NF and every non-key column must depend wholly on the primary key. Okay, not just a part of it. For example, let's see, here we are taking primary key as a student ID and subject, both together make a primary key, and there is a student name. So here the student name depend only on student ID, which is a partial dependency, because if we have the student ID and subject together as a primary key, so depending on student ID, which is a partial dependency, we have to eliminate that error. So after 2NF we are having this student table is different and subject table we have done different. Like the third is, here we have to remove the transitive dependency. So let's first know the rules. The rule is table should be in 2NF, and rule is non-key column should not depend on the other non-key column. Okay, example you can see. Before 3NF we have student ID, name, department ID, department name. So here the primary key is also student ID and department ID. So department name depends on the department ID, not on the student ID. Okay, so here is transitive dependency. So how we will remove that? We will here we have included student table in which there will be student ID, name, and department ID, and on the basis of department ID there will be its branch, that is department name, IT. After that, boys called normal form, which is BCNF, which is the stronger version of 3NF. So what, or higher version of BCNF, 3NF, sorry. The rule is table should be in 3NF, obviously, for every functional dependency where A implies B, A should be a super key. Okay, you have to remember this. And it fixes some rare cases where 3NF fails due to overlapping candidate keys. So what you need to know, that why normalization we use: avoid duplication, ensure consistency, and make database easier to maintain. So these are the small points you need to remember. If you anyone asks you what is 1NF, you need to remember there is no repeating groups and have atomic value. In 2NF there is no partial dependency, and in 3NF there is no transitive dependency, and in BCNF that is a stronger version of 3NF. So let's move on. What is primary key? So primary key is a unique identifier for each row in a table. Like your roll number is a unique identifier in your college. So it can't be null, and only one primary per table will be there. Example is student ID in the student table is the primary key. What is foreign key? A foreign key is a column that refers to the primary key in another table. Okay, it creates a relationship between the tables, like course ID of enrollment table refers to course ID in course table. This is how this is course ID is primary key of enrollment, and it is present in the course table also. So course ID, which is primary key, is referring to the course ID in another table. This is how foreign key works. What is the candidate key, alternate key, and composite key? So candidate key is all possible unique keys in a table. Means there in a table there will be more than one primary key. Like your Aadhaar card can also be your primary key, but in table we are taking only one primary key, but there is possibility that there will be more than one primary key. So these all primary keys are known as candidate key. So all unique keys in a table are candidate key. And what is alternate key? Keys, candidate key that are not primary key. We have taken roll number as primary key, so leaving that other unique identifier like Aadhaar card is an alternate key. After that, composite key, a primary key made using multiple columns, that we have seen an example is student ID and student name together making an primary key. That was the example of composite key. What are the types of joins? So we will see joins in detail. So first is inner join, which is the simplest join. In the inner join, record returns the record that have matching values in both the table. Okay, so you can see this table, employee ID and employee ID, there are same in both employee table and department table, and employee ID 1 and 2 is in first table as well as in second table also. So these are the common in both the tables, so we will return this common. So what is the query? We can write select employee name from the employee table and department from the departments table, and come from employee inner join department on the basis of employee ID and department ID. So you have to think on the basis of in both employee ID is common, so on the basis of employee ID in both we will be joining employee inner join department, and we have to take only this column employee name and department. So we have selected employee of employee name and departments of department. Okay, so the final result will be employee name and department, John Doe marketing and John Smith sales, because only these two are matching in both. The 1 and 2 is a matching in the employee table and department table. So outer join, these are broken into 3: left outer join, right outer join, and full outer join. So let's see. Left outer join is all rows from the left table and the matched rows from the right table are taken. Okay, all rows from the left table, because it is a left join, so we are taking all the tables of left table and only the matched rows from the right table. If there will be no match, it returns null in the right table. For example, you can see this is the same uh, query what you have write in the inner join. So queries will be same, only you have to remove this left join. Here there was inner join, now it is left join, and in the right join you will see here the right join, but the writing query will be same, but their working will be different. So here what is the result? We are taking all the left table, means we are taking all the left table, that is employee name. We are taking all the employee name, John Doe, Jane Smith and Emily Jones, and we have to take the matched rows from the right table. So what will be the matched row? Only 1 and 2 is available, so marketing and sales will be there in the department, but Emily has no department, so we will return the null. So here you can see John Doe marketing, John Smith sales and Emily Jones null, because there was no matching in the second table. Let's see right outer join, similar to the left join but the other way. A right outer join returns all the rows from the right table. This time all the rows will be from the right table, but only the matched rows will be taken from the left table. If there will be no match, it returns a null in the left table. So the same query on the basis of employee ID of employee is equal to department department of employee ID, and we are joining employee, right joining department, and what we are going to see in the table, employee name of employees and department of department table. Okay, so what we will get, we will take whole department, because we are taking the left table matched right table, we are taking a whole right table and matched left table. So what we will see, this is the department, so we will take all the department, this is the department, we will take all the department, marketing, sales, HR, but in the left table we can't see the HR, means fourth ID. So since fourth ID will be not there, and so employee ID we will employee name we will not be getting, so we will write null. So you can see John Doe marketing, John Smith sales and HR will be allotted null. So let's move on. A full outer join, it returns all the record when there is a match in either the left or the right table. Okay, it returns when there is a match either the left or the right table. If there will be no match, their result is null on the side, and that doesn't have a match. Okay, so let's see. So this is the full outer join query. You can say the functioning is different, the query will be written as the same, like select employees from the of the employee name and the departments from the department. From employee we are a full outer join doing with department, and on the basis of employee ID we are doing this. So we get the result, since we are taking all the departments, all the employees name. So here all the employees name will be there, John Doe, Jane Smith, Emily Jones, and we are taking null because we have included all the departments also. So we have seen that John Doe has marketing, John Smith have sale department, Emily Jones have no department, so it is written as null, and HR and department has no employee name, so there is null. So let's move on. What is cross join? So cross joins return the Cartesian product of two table, meaning it combines each row from the first table with each row from the second table, means it generates all possible combination of record in two table. You can see example, the color table and the size table. So every column of the color table will be assigned with the every column of the size table, like red will be assigned with small also, red will be assigned with medium also, red will be assigned with large also, same blue will assign with small also, blue with medium also, and blue with large also. You can see the Cartesian product query like select colors from the color and size from the size table. From colors cross join size, and here we have not taken the id because this is a Cartesian. We don't need any of the on the basis of which we are combining everything with everyone. Okay, so there is no need of that id. So here we can see the result. The red is with small also, red with medium also, red with large also, blue with small also, blue with medium, blue with large, green and all. So it is a Cartesian. And what is self join? This is used to join a table to itself, as if the table was two separate tables. Okay, two tables we are making from a single table. A typical use of this is when the table is hierarchical structure. You can see this is one table, employee id, employee name and manager id, but here we are including both the self joining the same table with each other. So in this table the manager of John Smith is John Doe. Means you can see how we can write the code first. Okay, select employee 1 from employee name as employee and employee e2 in employee name as manager. So we are taking the same employee is also the manager of someone else also. So we are firstly taking two employee. Okay, e1 and e2 are making two tables, and we are taking for e1 employee name as employee also, and same for the e2 also we are taking employee name as manager also. On the basis of employee or employee id or manager id, we are doing the self join. So here we can see that John has no manager, but Jane Smith have John Doe as a manager, and Emily Jones have John Doe manager, and Iraq Johnson has Jane Smith manager. You can see John Doe has no one the manager, but Jane Smith is manager 1. One is whose employee id, that is of John Doe is his manager. Emily has one manager ID, means one. You can see John Doe is the manager of Emily also, and Iraq Johnson has 2 number manager, which is 2. You can see here James Smith is the manager of him. This is how it works. Okay, let's move on. We have also already covered. Shit. Yeah, what is transaction? So we will see what is transaction in DBMS. So transaction is a group of SQL operation that are executed as a single unit. Means the ACID property, you can see this is called transaction. We will see this ACID property. This is 4 types of operations performing in a single unit. So a transaction is a group of SQL operation that are executed as a single unit. So what is commit and rollback? So commit is that saves all changes made by a transaction permanently. When you commit something, it will be saved permanently, but rollback is what, when you do it, you can change or unchange that transaction which have done. Okay, rollback means you can go like a undo. You have done something and you can undo also. That is rollback. And what is ACID property? So atomicity, in which all steps succeed or none do. Okay, and consistency is keep the database in a valid state even after all the transactions. It will be consistent. Isolation is transaction do not interfere with each other. Okay, every transaction will have the independency. And durability is once the committed data is permanently saved. Means whenever you commit the changes, the data is permanently saved. Okay, you can see here all or nothing. If you commit something, it will be committed fully. Otherwise, if you get stuck in between any process, then the whole transaction will be cancelled. And preserving database invariants is when doing anything, consistent will be state A and consistent will be state B. After any transaction, the consistency will be remain the same. Okay, isolation is concurrent transaction are isolated from each other. Means if 2 other transaction are going on, they will not interrupt anyone. They will be their own independent transaction will be happening. And durability is data is persisted after the transaction is committed even in a system failure. Means if you committed the data, and then even after the system will fail, your data will be means your transaction will be saved. Okay. So what is indexing in database management system? Indexing is used to speed up the search of data in a table. It works like an index in a book. Example, index on employee ID will make the searching faster. Every roll number has next video. Till then, stay tuned. We will cover all other subjects also. If you have any doubt, do comment in the comment section. I have tried my best. If there will be something missing, so you can go through the Google and all and search for the better answer. And all the best, guys.